Hey guys, welcome to Protocoders Point. Okay, so I got a comment from one of my subscribers saying he want to make a switch that keeps active or off or on depending on the user action, such as if a user turned on the switch and he exit the app, and in future if you open the app again, so the state of the switch should be same. As you can see, the switch is still on, and now if I off it and exit it and again open it, so it should be off. Means if the user on it, so it should be on in future if you open the app, and if we off it, then it should be off. So in this video tutorial, we're gonna check out how to do it with two methods. One, so I have just created two switches over here. One is by making use of set state, and one is by making use of get text state management. Okay, so we will just check out how to do it in two different ways. So let's start with the tutorial. Okay, so let's move to our Android Studio to build it. Okay, so as you can see, I have already created a new Flutter project in my Android Studio IDE, and I have removed all the default code given by Flutter team, and I have just created my own stateful widget by name my home page. So this home page just returns a scaffold widget with a list of uh, widgets. So here we gonna pass our switches. So before doing that, first of all we need to add two dependencies. One is get, also called as getx. The version is 4.1.4, and the second dependency getx storage. Okay, so this is an alternative of shared preference. Okay, so just add it. So this is used as an alternative of shared preference, and this library is used for performing state management. Okay, so after adding that, just hit this pub-get button. Okay, so now go to main.dart file. Over here, you need to import gettext storage. Okay, so after doing that, here in main method, before loading our actual app, you need to initialize this gettext storage. So for that, we will just make use of await get storage dot init. Okay, so just do it. Yeah. Okay, so now we will just create our switches. So for that, first of all, here create a variable bool is switched, and will set the initial value as false. So current first the button will be off whenever the user opens the app for the first time, and init state, so we need this. Okay, so we'll create a switch over here, switch. So this accept two parameters that we need to pass. One is the value we need to pass the current state of our app, it is off or on. So we will just make use of this. The current initial state is false, it will be off. And what should happen when the user on it? So here value, okay, so here we will set the switch back to the value. Means if the switch is on, then when the user press on the switch, this value will be false. Okay, so this is true, means this is false. If this is false, then this is true. Okay, so we are just changing this, but this will not work because we must make use of set state. So just we will just try it, what will happen, let's see. Okay, so our app got restarted. So now if I press on this, so you can see it is not getting turned on. but it is working, but it is not showing to the user. That's because we are not setting the current state, we are not updating the state. So for that we must make use of set state. So inside this set state we need to change this value. So now if I restart, so you can see it is getting turned on and off. Okay, so if I turn this on and I will just close the app and restart the app again, now you can see that the app I have just turned on, it is off again after restarting our app. So to remember this state that user has turned on the switch, we will make use of get storage. Okay, so to make use of getX storage, so first of all you need to initialize it in your main method before calling your actual app. Okay, so just do it, and then you need to create an instance of getX storage. So for that we will just create an instance object. We can name it anything. I will just name it as switch data because we are storing all the data that user performed in this getX storage, in this switch data. Okay, and now we can use this instance to store our data that a user performed. So to store our data over here, switch data dot write. Okay, so here that this accept two variables, one is the key and one is the value. The key is used to identify the data, so we will just name it as switched, and the value we are going to store over is switched. Okay, so we are just storing the value of it. So if it is on, then we will just store true. If it is off, then we will store false. Okay, so we will store this data in this uh, getX storage by making use of this key. Okay, so now in your init method over here you need to make use of if statement. Over here you just read it, the key. Okay, so here we have made use of write to write the data. So now this time we are making use of read to read the data. So if it is null, if it is not equal to null, over here if it is not null, then we will just change our switch data is switch to false, true. Okay, so here we must make use of the data that is stored in this getX storage. So just paste it over here. Okay, so here what it is happening is we are checking if the data is null in our getX storage by this key. If this key is null, then this will not work, and if it is not null, there is some value that is stored in this key. That means we can just check it what is the data, and we can just assign the data that is either true or false to this switch. So we are just updating the switch. So now to update the UI we must make use of set state. Okay, so now let's check the app. Okay, so app got installed. I will just turn this on and off our app, close our app, and I will just reopen the app again. So you can see that the switch is still on by making use of this data. Okay, so now I will just off it and close the app, reopen it. So you can see now that the switch button is off. If I do it again, on it, reopen our app again. Sorry. This is the app. Okay, so as you can see, it is turned on. Okay, so in this technique we have made use of set state method to update our UI, update the changes that we have done. Okay, so I will just create a second part of this video tutorial. In that part I will just make use of get text state management to do this same thing. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please do subscribe Protocoders Point. Thank you.